Hugo Ekitike to Liverpool. Here we go. The internet's ablaze. It looks like we're getting our man. Liverpool agree £69 million fee for striker Ekitike. Newcastle wanted him. We swooped in and took him. When they said no Isaac, we said okay, we'll take Ekitike. The 23-year-old Frenchman is expected to arrive in the UK on Tuesday before having a medical. Remember in my last video I said Liverpool said they wanted to wrap the deal up with Frankfurt by the end of the weekend. And they did that. It's been announced Monday that it's all been done. And now it's just the medical, the personal terms to be fully ironed out. And Ekitike is a Liverpool player. We'll see him in a Liverpool shirt, leaning on things at Anfield on the training ground. So the deal is 79 million all in. It's 69 million up front with 10 million add-ons. Performance related, time spent related, I suppose, I assume. That is a lot less than the 150 Newcastle wanted for Isaac. That's almost half. Is Ekitike half the player that Isaac is? Time will tell. But we got our guy. And this is just another statement of intent from Liverpool, isn't it? What a transfer window we're having. We started off with Frimpong and Wirtz in the machine. Then Milos Kerkez arrived. Then the Wirtz deal was concluded and we saw him leaning on things. Mamardashvili finally arrived from a previous transfer window. That's 4 big players that came and joined Liverpool. We're still talking about Guehi as a centre-back reinforcement or a replacement for Konate. We're still talking about Rodrigo as another attacking player or replacement for Luis Diaz. And now we're getting Ekitike. It's just not ending, is it? This is a brilliant transfer window so far. So Ekitike scored 15 goals in 31 starts as Frankfurt finished 3rd in the Bundesliga last season. 1 in 2, that's not amazing, but he is only 23. And I think Slot can improve any player that comes to Liverpool. I just have full faith in him that he can identify the areas for improvement in a player, get them on board, and make them perform at their best. Look what he did with most of our players last season. But the story is even better if you look at the assists. So he had 15 goals and 8 assists. That's 23 goal involvements, direct goal involvements in those 31 matches. That's now 2 out of 3. That's pretty good. And it compares with Cole Palmer. It compares perfectly with Cole Palmer. It compares with Florian Wirtz. It compares with Lamine Yamal. Ekitike is a versatile attacker, and we know that Slot has said he wanted attackers who can play along that front line and interchange in positions, because that's part of his tactical setup. He wants players who can swap positions on the fly, who have the footballing IQ, the intelligence, the creativity to be able to do that, to see the opportunity and have an understanding with their teammates. So one moves in, the other one moves out. We saw that with Salah. Sometimes he went and took a central position. We saw that a lot with whether it was Diaz and Gakpo and Jota, RIP, or Nunez in the middle, swapping positions there. Or when Diaz would play false 9 or centre forward, he would swap with Cody Gakpo at times. We even saw people like Szoboszlai running into the box, becoming another striker at times. And that fluidity bamboozles the opposition defence. And Slot wants that, but we're working within the framework that he sets. So you have to have a high footballing intelligence there. It says at the end of this article, he does. Ekitike is versatile and not a striker who only feels at home inside the box. When he played alongside Marmoush, both swapped positions constantly. His tactical understanding is one of his great strengths, not just in position, but when also applying a high or midfield press. And Slot insists on hard work in attacking front line, that they also press, they also come back for defense. You know we wouldn't be buying this if he didn't tick many boxes of what Slot is looking for. And he's only 23. Did I say that? He's only 23. He's got the next few years before he even reaches his prime to keep improving. I'll say this all the time. I've seen loads of compilations, but that does not replace watching 90 minutes week in, week out to see what a player's strengths and weaknesses and tendencies during matches are. And I put in a comment on the Liverpool subreddit that it gives me low-key Thierry Henry vibes. Talking about Ekitike here, it gives me low-key Henry vibes. Someone else replied saying actually he looks more like Peter Crouch in how he plays, his body style, his height, his lankiness, his touches, great feet for a big man. It's a cliche, but he seems to have it. One thing he doesn't do that Peter Crouch did very well is dominate in the air, which is surprising for a player so tall. And I think Slot is too sharp a manager to let that lie, to leave that potential potency on the side. I think he'll be pushing Ekitike to develop his aerial dominance and to add headed goals to his game. And because of that versatility that Slot wants, he's going to be pushing for that to be an extra weapon in Ekitike's game, and a very powerful one. Even if he hasn't got the physical presence to bully defenders off the ball as he fights in the air, he can still get in ahead of defenders at the higher point of a cross because he's so tall. So I expect that to be something that we see him working on. Oh, I'm excited. I just want football to start now, don't you? I just want to get into the games. Let me know your comments. Are you happy that Ekitike is joining us? It's not over the line yet. I always mention Nabil Fekir. That one fell apart because of the medical. Fingers crossed he passes his medical and we wrap it all up, and by mid next week, he's in that Liverpool shirt. Are you happy he's joining us? Are you disappointed it's not Isak and that's going to cloud any Ekitike euphoria? Have you been following him and actually you think he's just not good enough and we're overpaying even? Let me know your thoughts in the comments and I'll speak to you again very soon. Bye-bye.